My goodness, we are back in the building. Welcome to Team No Excuses presents the Ray Lewis Show. I'm your host. Today, just call me Sugar Ray. And today, I want you to call me Sugar Ray because the guest I got coming up, I mean, when I tell you all over the world, you can't touch it. I don't know how to grab it. I don't know how to get in touch with it. So just for him to slow down for a minute. But he's a brother. I'm talking about a brother who we stood beside each other now. We're on the same team. We're in the Hall of Fame jacket, one of the greatest defensive players of all time. When you talk about go get the quarterback, this man knows how to go get the quarterback. But his personality is everywhere, and I am glad he stopped through on the No Excuses Show. If this is your first time, buckle up. If you're always coming back, here we go. My guest, the great Michael Strahan. Big Play, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Ray? Hey, all that intro, right? And it would have been like two-time Super Bowl champion if Ray would have been a one-time Super Bowl champion. But you know what I remember from that game? Because I'll be honest, I don't remember much. I just remember hearing your name so much. We honestly were like, there got to be like 5 Rays out there, and then the rest of the defense. But it's a pleasure. How could I not answer the call when the great Sugar Ray called the brother?
I cannot believe the first thing you go to is that Super Bowl.
Man, I'm still kind of mad. I ain't mad at you. That was one of the most unbelievable performances I've seen. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at a lot of other people on my own team. But all right.
Bro, I just got to get into this, man. I got to get into this. Bro, how did you know as a kid that football was your gift?
You know, I didn't, Ray. I played at 7 and 8 years old in at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. My dad was in the Army, and I was good to the point where one of my my coaches told my dad when he makes it to the Cowboys of all teams, make sure I get some tickets. I was 8 years old, 7 years old. Mm-hmm. Who knows anything at 7? Everybody believes that kid can play. I didn't play football again really until my senior year of high school. Because I moved to Germany. My dad sent me back, said, "You're going to stay with your uncle. You're going to get a football scholarship." Ray, I couldn't have told you positions, a cover 2, 1, any technique. I knew nothing. All I knew is that my dad said I could do it. And I was willing to work hard. And I had no choice. That's the only things I knew, those 3 things. And pretty soon I get one scholarship to Texas Southern. 4 years later, I'm with the Giants. And if you're out there on that field getting beat up enough, you'll figure out how to play football if you want to keep on doing it. And that's it. I didn't know it was a gift until it kind of became my career. Yeah,
and was it the defensive end position the whole time?
I played defensive end when I was 7 years old. When I was 8 years old, I played offensive tackle. I hated that, man. Oh, my God. I hated that. And then, I hated that. I'm not meant to play offense. Ain't for me. And then I played, and then when I was in high school, that 1 year, I played defensive end. I don't know how I was an end, but they just stuck me there.
High school 1 year at DN.
Yep.
Bro, yep. Look, I played safety my whole life. I played middle linebacker 1 year, 1 full year.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, man, I thought you played your whole life at linebacker.
No, I was always a safety because I played safety and running back. So I was on the smaller side because I wrestled. Yeah. And then the last year, my senior year, a guy got hurt in front of me. And then the jamboree, the coach was like, "Hey, I need you to do something for me. Go play linebacker." And I was like, "Okay, what does that mean?" And I went and played and I said, "Oh, I'm way closer to the ball. I like this."
I tell you, hey, ain't it something though? How you just figure stuff out. It's stuff. I can tell by the way that you played because when I try to explain to people, and I think this is like what makes the Hall of Fame players. If you talk to them, I guarantee you they'll all say the same thing. It just makes sense.
Yes.
You're on that field and you're looking at something and you're like, it just makes sense. I can't even explain. I can't even coach you.
Right.
It just makes sense.
It makes sense. It just absolutely makes sense. Tell me, what do you think about? I know you went to Texas Southern and stuff. What do you think about Dion and Eddie, man? With the things that
I love it.
I do too.
Man, you know, Dion, I love it. I love what Dion's doing, and now Eddie's joined the fray. I hope other guys join. I'm a product of an HBCU, so I know how important it is. Yeah, I think it's important for these kids to see somebody who looks like them, somebody who's had accolades, who's been in the NFL, who's had incredible careers, won Heisman's, Hall of Famers, to like be around and see that they're human and that they can encourage them to make it to that point if they choose, but more so to draw more kids there and hopefully the hopes of getting them great education, man. So I love what Dion's doing. I love what Eddie's doing. They're bringing a lot of attention to HBCUs. And when you turn on ESPN and you see HBCU football games, what? I played on BET once in college. That was like Monday Night Football. I was spatted. I was all kinds of stuff. Spray paint my spats black. Like you couldn't tell brother nothing. So, yeah, man, I love what they're doing. I wish them both success. Unless they play my Texas Southern University Tigers, I hope we mop them up.
I've been getting a few inquiries, but I'm just doing so much other stuff, man. I don't know if I have that much time, but I've been playing with it a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. Bro, you spent 15 years at the Giants. I spent 17 years in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. Explain how rare is it to play for one organization and how important is that for you?
Man, it's rare. You were lucky enough to do it. I was lucky enough to do it. We both were lucky enough to end and go out on top. Yeah. Like, we've been blessed, man, because that just does not happen. And a lot of times I look back and go, why me? How am I in this position? Why did that happen for me? And it didn't happen for so many other guys who were as talented, if not more talented.
Yeah.
But it's special to play for one team because you're able to make your roots and settle down and become a part of the community and give back to that community as much as they give to you. And it's, for me, being in New York, it gave me a career after football. I'm not dumb, right? I'm not one of these guys who's dumb enough to think if I had my career in a small city, that I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I'll be the first to admit, playing in New York helped me. It put me in front of the people that could make decisions. It gave me opportunity to show my personality and other skills outside of the game of football. That gave me the opportunity that I have now. And I'm not going to sit here and be foolish and think, oh, it's all because of me and I'm great. So 15 years in one city, if you're in the right city like I was, it's really worked out. For you to play in one city for so long is a testament to how much you mean to the city and how much you meant to the team. Mm-hmm. I think for me, I wanted to just honor and play, not for money, not for any of this. I played to win and I played for respect. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you play that long, it means that routine respected you and looked at you as somebody who was not indispensable, and you were able to leave on your terms. And I think that was an important thing for me too, to leave on my terms.
Bro, you said something it just rolled it over because you had the opportunities, you was meeting the right people. So what gift did you uncover after the game ended?
Man. I think all the things that I use now are things I learned from the game.
Tell me.
And it's crazy, man. I always say, well, football, and I catch myself saying it so much that I sound like that old dad who always, well, when I play football, I want to be that guy. But I think, honestly, Ray, the fact that you got to be around all these guys in the locker room from different backgrounds, different mindsets, different everything, you got to learn to get along with everybody. And if you don't necessarily get along with everybody, you got to learn to work with everybody. You got to learn what motivates each person individually. Because I would go to the locker room and have my little thing with each player before the game, all 50-something of them, the coaches, the training room staff, everybody. Yeah. And I had to learn what pushed each guy's buttons. I had to learn that Eli Manning didn't need to be screamed at. You had to talk to him very calmly, whereas Brandon Jacobs, you got to scream at him to get him going. So it's like you got to know all these things, and those little nuances of what I carry over to work every day, the idea of teamwork, the idea of being an example. And just because you are so-called in the spotlight or the leader doesn't mean you take a break, because everybody else is looking at how you work to see how they're willing to work and how hard they're willing to work. And that is what gives you respect. So for me, all those lessons I learned in football, I just carry it right over to my day job. And the biggest thing is be nice to people. Being nice gets you in the room. Mm-hmm. Being an athlete gets you in the room. Mm-hmm. But actually showing that you belong and being prepared to do the work is what keeps you in the room.
Absolutely.
And I have gone into rooms that I wanted to stay in, and I did all the work I could to stay in them, and thank goodness I'm still there.
Absolutely. What if you had these young kids that you were tutoring at, because somebody's watching this show, a young kid playing football, what advice would you give him to start doing while he's playing the game? Why
he's playing the game? As to why he's playing the game of football?
No, why? Ask him to set up what happens after the game, because I'm sure you started thinking about what was happening after the game while you were playing.
Absolutely, because game is so short, as we all know, sometimes the game ends and you're not ready to end it. It ain't on you. Sometimes it's your body, sometimes it's your circumstances. No. Football is not like the others. And football doesn't have that guaranteed rollout. Give me, it's $100 million contract. I'm getting all 100. No, you're not, son. You better hope you make it to the next year. Right. I mean, it's game by game. So my biggest advice is to, when you're playing the game, look for those relationships outside the game and something that you're interested in. Mm-hmm. If there's something that you want to try or you don't even know about, go intern at a company. You play for a professional team in that city. Like I said, that's going to get you in the door. Yep. When you get in the door, it gives you an opportunity to meet people, find out something you're really interested in, and you can go from there. And if that's not it, try something else. But don't be afraid to intern. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to go up and introduce yourself. And that's one thing about me. I'll go up and introduce myself, and people go, "Oh, I know." And I go, "I don't assume."
Me either.
I don't assume. I can't stand being in a room with people that you know, and then you go, when you're in a room and they act like they don't know you in certain settings. I'm like, you know what? Be the same every time. Come on, man. I don't have time for that nonsense. Like, come on. If you know me, I know you. Don't be in a certain room and act like I got to come over to you to show that you're the bigger man. I'm the bigger man. We both are. Come on. Be human. I think these young, be human. But that makes me mad, because I'm like, that's just a thing we have about being macho. Don't be afraid to be yourself, engage with people, smile, laugh, ask questions, because you don't know it all. I still ask to this day and never feel like you do, because the second you think you know it all in whatever business you're in, the second it's time to get out of it, because you probably don't know much at all, as much as you think.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it's work, but everything is work. As much work you put into football, as much work you got to put into everything outside of the game to be successful.
Absolutely. Tampa made a heck of a run last year with that defense. Tell me what that front seven reminded you of. What did that front seven, JP?
Man,
tell me. Go ahead.
I was mad. I think I'm the only player that Tom Brady didn't call to ask to come back. I was like, come on, man. What's wrong with me? I'm chopped liver. I walked off the field. I didn't limp. I still had something in the tank, Ray, and it's done charged up over the last year. But, man, to see those young guys get after it like they did as a defensive lineman and as a defensive player, what? And I've seen incredible performances, and we had one against the Patriots because they were scoring 30-something points a game or whatever. But to hold that offense,
Zero touchdowns.
Come on, man. Come on, Shaq Barrett, JPP, Sue. I mean, all these guys were bringing it, especially after getting embarrassed in that first game they played them in Tampa.
Yeah.
And it was, if you looked at that score didn't indicate how bad that game was.
It did.
But to come back the way that they did, just had that confidence, man, I take my hat off to them. That defense could have been easily, like in our game, the MVP. Like in your game, you were the MVP.
Yeah.
And that was fun to see, man. Good to see defense finally winning out, because they're making all these rules. You breathe on a quarterback or anybody, you're gonna get thrown out the game. So it's good to see defense prevail.
It is. You think they can repeat?
I think they can repeat if everybody, even though they got all the guys back, I think they can repeat. It's gonna be tough. if the guys don't think that they're the reason that they won in the first place.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
Every guy would probably think I'm the reason. Oh yeah, I'm the, Can't think that way and have success. Just can't.
That's really good. So give me we got a lot of young linemen now. Give me your top 3 defensive ends. And they don't have to be in order. Give me your top 3 pass rushers right now that you like watching.
Oh man, who I like watching. Top 3 pass rushers, period. I mean, there's nobody like Aaron Donald. He plays all over the place. I'm gonna call him an end, a tackle. I've never, ever in my life seen anybody motor, leverage, technique, nastiness, finishing ability, just fearful. The thing with Aaron now, he's getting double and triple teamed. Yeah. So instead of taking it and I told him, don't take it as a like, don't get mad. Take it as a compliment. I mean, you out there whipping folks, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like watching him. I like watching who else is out there? I like watching Shaq and JPP Barrett. I like the Tampa's front line.
What about that end that's playing for the Washington football team right now?
Oh, Mr. Young. Chase Young. Hey man, young cat straight. I wish I never had that kid. His skills are double any skill I ever had at any size, strength, speed, everything, double anything I ever had, Ray. If I could move and run and be that strong, I would have braids too, just so they could flow in the wind, man. I mean, Jesus. The kid is so talented, and that's what I love, seeing this young cat come in with all the expectations and play the way that he's playing and have that attitude. And people are giving him a hard time, like, come on, I want Tom. What is he supposed to say? What is that kid supposed to say? It's like somebody say, hey, Ray, you think y'all got a chance of winning? What mom say? No.
I want him.
I want him.
I'm looking for him.
Yes. Well, you're supposed to say that. I was proud because he's saying what a lot of people want to say but afraid to say. Yeah. So I like the point of the fact that he respects Tom.
Yeah.
Respects his legacy, respects what he did. But at the same time, I ain't afraid. We both go out here. We both men on this Sunday, and I'm going to put it out there. Now, unfortunately, Brady had a little bit more in the tank, but Absolutely. I respect that. I think he's special, man. Special player.
Yeah. Yeah, he is a special player. So look, I'm doing this thing. I got this series going on my show about championship mentality, and it's just not about football or sports, right? But what do you think 3 things in life, period, that gives you a championship mentality? What are those 3 things that Michael Strahan believes that an average person walking around every day can walk around and live a championship life because of a championship mentality?
Well, I think the first thing and the only thing that you can control day to day is your attitude.
Wow.
Can't control nothing else. I don't know what's gonna happen when I walk outside that door. Right. I mean, I might chip a tooth eating cereal with a spoon. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. All you can do is control your attitude, Ray. That is number 1. Control your attitude. You can just passion. Your passion for what you're trying to do with your life. It's very hard to be successful in something you're not passionate about.
Oh,
no matter how much money is paying you, it's just without passion. It's just another thing in life. And after a while, you realize life's too short to not have any passion about it. So I think the things you can do to be successful is your attitude, your passion, and also the way you treat people. Because you're not going to be successful by yourself. Because to be successful, you got to have people around you who are helping you, even though sometimes you think you're doing it on your own, you ain't really doing it on your own. You got to have people, and you got to make sure the people in your life, your family, your friends, your coworkers, people who help to lend to your success, that they feel valuable. People got to feel valuable. People feel valuable. like if you have great football coach, you'll run through a wall for that dude. But if a dude makes you feel like you're just another player and you're just, you're a number, you're not really a human or connected in any way, there's no value to you outside of your job.
Yeah.
Not as a human being. I'm not running through a wall for you. I just come in, punch my ticket, get out of here.
Absolutely.
Make people around you feel valuable. So when they punch their ticket to come to work, they really come there with a good heart, an open heart, a lot of fun, a lot of hopes to making you better. And in turn, making you and themselves better. So that's it.
Michael, listen, brother, you've been a blessing, man. And you're absolutely incredible. I always love catching up with you, brother. I'm going to ask you one last question because I want to know from Michael Strahan, how do you nurture your gift? A lot of people got gifts but can't apply it. A lot of people got talent, but they won't use it right. How did Michael take football and take his gift to another level? How do you nurture your gift?
I respect it. I don't take it for granted. I don't take the ability to do what I do or be where I am at for granted. So I don't go to work and think that, I got it now. No, I got to work just as hard today as I did yesterday. And that's what I learned from football. You got to work day to day is success. Success comes from everything you do that people don't see. So when I'm on TV now and somebody goes, oh, man, that was a good interview. That looks smooth. They don't know, but brothers hustling to make that thing work and go. And I think that just not taking advantage of what you have and not taking it for granted helps you stay focused and helps you stay on the right path. And the decisions that I make in my life, Ray, I don't make for myself.
Wow.
I got four kids. My mom, my other family, my father passed away in August, but I got his name. And that's another thing. I never want to disrespect that, because that is the most important thing I got. Yeah. And the gift and to be in a position that I am builds my family's name unlike it has ever been built before me, and hopefully not as much as it will be built after me. So I just take that as a full responsibility that my kids can feel free to live in this world without something that dad does that hinders their progress or performance. So those two things, man.
Brother, listen, class act at every level. Appreciate
you, man. Appreciate you, man. You appreciate me that much, at least send me a picture of that ring. How about that? No, not even a ring, just a picture of it. I'll take that.
Mike, listen, how do you start the show bringing up people?
Because you see, Ray, you see what's on my mind start to finish, man, with a little bit of other stuff in between. I always love seeing you, man. Seriously, what you do, you're inspiring. You inspire me. Inspire so many just kids and people in general. Keep on doing it, man. I'm proud of you. I love seeing The Rock honor you in that episode, saying he works hard. We all know how hard Dwayne works, but he walked in that weight room. There's one cat in there before him, and that was you. And you continue to do that. So I'm proud of you, man. Keep on doing your thing.
Hey, brother, love for life, man. I appreciate you, Straight. Way to join me, baby. Thank you, man.
No doubt. All love, man.
So many nuggets. And now I got to call Jesse and talk about the Super Bowl. Check it in. It gets absolutely no better, seriously, when you are able to have a conversation with the great ones, right? The people who have not settled, but the humility that comes from people, right? It's like, that's what I'm learning in life with everything that I'm doing. Right, I've been getting a lot of inquiries about, why do I continue to cycle the way that I'm cycling and what keeps me motivated? And honestly, what keeps me motivated is I stopped making excuses. We got an excuse for everything. I ain't got time. I can't figure it out. I can't put it in my schedule. Oh, I'm here. I'm going there. And I'm telling you, like, in my life, what's going on, everything is going on because I'm making time for the right things in my life. So I'm telling you, before we go into the championship side of what we're talking about, I need you to do this week. For me, checking in this week is about making time for you. It's time to dedicate time for you, not strolling all day on social media and worry about what everybody else doing. Let's find out what you doing. And here we go. Going into the next phase, we got to jump into the championship mentality. I got to get the coach. It's important that I get the coach because this week on championship mentality, we discussed the principle of self-identity and unlocking of your gifts and talents to accomplish your dream. Without further ado, I got to bring on my man. We've been rolling for 20 plus years, the man himself. Coach, get on in here and let's talk about this championship mentality, about these gifts that every one of us have, and it's time for us to unlock them. What's going on, Coach? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, man. Always good to see you, man.
Absolutely.
This is nothing new to the journey that we're taking with the group of us, your followers, people that's really listening to us.
Yeah.
And, you know, we always talked about you versus you and self-identity. Mm-hmm. But within this process, you have to identify what your gift is. And that's what this segment, this principle, this week is about. What is your gift?
And everyone has a gift.
Absolutely. There's no one that came to the planet without a gift. I mean, it could be as little. I mean, you ever seen a small child and you're like, wait a minute, they singing like that? They dancing like that? Like, it's a gift. You don't have to work for it. You can't earn it. It's just truly a gift that was given to you by God, the true King. And so identifying that gift along your championship mentality journey is so important for you to identify it, to discover it, to refine it, and to make it great, to serve it to humanity.
This is what's interesting, right? People always talk about my passion, right? But watch this. Your gift is connected to your purpose, right? Because once you understand your gift, right, you get your passion. Your passion is what pushes you towards your purpose, right? So a lot of people try to figure out, and I always say this to my kids, right? A lot of people try to go find jobs and try to find, the next opportunity. But I'm telling you something today. Today is about finding out what your gift is. What are you put on earth to accomplish? Because every individual that was put on this earth has to accomplish something, and it stops being a job. And it becomes your purpose when you become passionate about it and when you believe in it and when it's in your heart and you don't wake up every day stressing because, I got to go to work and, I can't pay and, I can't pay that. No, what life is about. The moment you find your gift, you find your purpose in life and you never stop ticking. People used to always say to me, honestly, T, like, your gift will make room for you. Your gift will make room for you. And I kept saying, what does that mean? What does that mean? But I'm going to tell you something. The day that you start, it's like opening up a present on Christmas, right? And that present, you always wanted. But I'm going to give you a different present, to open up. Open up the present of life and look inside of it. And I promise you, your name is on some type of purpose. But you must find your passion, which is connected to your gift.
Hey, man, you said a mouthful right there. And for a lot of people, they may have been like maybe how I was at one point in my life. I didn't really know what my gifts were. You know what I mean? But come to find out, your gift, your passion is trapped in your gift.
Yes, sir.
So if you're walking around and you're tired all the time, you don't have energy, that's not where your gift is. Your gift gives you energy. Your gift gives you energy to where sometimes you beat your alarm clock in the morning. It gives you passion. So doing this trial of self-identity and getting to know ourselves and trying to have the right mindset along this journey, identifying what your gifts are going to save you a lot of time.
Yeah.
Because when I grew up, they always talked about go to school, get a job, and then you good. Right. Nobody ever asked me what my gift is. So when I talk to the kids in Baltimore City and I don't ask them what do they want to do when they grow up. I ask them what their gift is.
Yes.
Understanding now, just like you said, your gift is connected to your purpose. And sometimes you got to ask yourself, what are you known for?
What are you known for?
That's where your gift is.
That's where your gift is. It's a question. It's a question I've been asking lately. 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left in life, and you had to explain why you were put on earth. 5 minutes left. And you had to actually explain to somebody what would your legacy be. And I'm sharing with you today that your legacy is found in your gift. Your gift is connected to your passion, and your passion will usher you into your purpose. And the day that you understand that, I had a stuttering problem, T, when I was younger. I had a stuttering problem. And I couldn't get it out. And I started to realize that my mom used to always make me slow down, right? And I used to pray in church. I was a junior deacon at the age of 10 years old. And it was interesting because when I used to stutter, my mom used to always make me stop and start over. And she used to always say, boy, you got a gift. Ooh, you know how to speak to people. But I was bullied and picked on because of how I spoke and how I couldn't speak fluidly. Who would have knew that I bumped into my gift? Watch this. Watch this. I started playing football. And because I was good at football, which was my talent, I want to make sure we separate these, which was my talent gave access to my gift, which was speaking, that then make me find my purpose, which is leadership.
Wow. That's amazing. And for someone out there, man, let me give you another clue. Your gift will frustrate you.
Ooh.
Your gift is what you rather be doing. So maybe you don't go down the road like I went. I was on a job and I was doing whatever I had to do to get paid, but I wasn't doing what I was born to do.
Right. And
so sometimes you may have it both, but I didn't. And so as you're going along this championship journey, understand that it's within you. It's trapped. It's like diamonds. It's a diamond in the rough. It's hidden.
Yes, sir.
But once you discover it, man, refine it like you did with your speaking. Learn it, relearn it, practice it, and serve it to humanity. And that's where your greatness is.
Watch this. Watch this. Bishop T.D. Jakes said, when you figure out your passion will lead you right to your purpose. When you figure out your passion. So I had a passion as a young kid to lead men, to lead them. I didn't understand. I didn't know I was going to make it in college. I didn't know I was going to make it to the NFL. I didn't know I was going to make it to the Hall of Fame. I didn't know all of these things I didn't know. But my passion, I was so passionate. And my coach asked me one day, he said, why are you so passionate? I say, because I found my gift. My gift is I can encourage a man to change his own will, because we can't change a person's will. But I can encourage a man to change his will. And my goodness, I'm telling somebody out there today, you may be stuck in a job. You may be stuck in the wrong relationship. You may be stuck in the wrong situation. And I'm telling you something, your gift will usher you into your purpose. Your gift will do something. You said something, Coach, that was so key. Sometimes your gift is hard. Sometimes you have to work to figure out your gift, right? Remember, I was never picked first. Nobody ever just raised their hand and said, oh, you're my best football player. No, but guess what? My passion stood out so much where I started to find my gift, which once again keeps leading me back to my purpose. Man, it's
so awesome, man. And then again, when you think about, if you mention the name Ray Lewis, you know, people think about this great football player, leader of men. And you can think about Tiger Woods. People think about golf. You think about Michael Jordan. You might think about the greatest basketball player all the time. And just like my mentor used to always say, what will people say when they think about you?
My goodness.
Like when this guy called me last week and he was like, Monty, we really dealing with mind, body, and spirit. And we having a conference. And the first person we thought about was you. And then he just took it as normal. In my quiet time, I was giving God the praise. Mm-hmm. Like, what will people look for you for? What are you known for? That's your greatness, and that's your gift. Because again, I was a successful failure. I had the job, I had the college degree, I had the management position at the bank. I was successful in that mindset, but I also was a failure because I was miserable. I was depressed. I was doing what I was paid to do, but I wasn't doing what I was born to do. And again, your gift is tied to your purpose, man. So many are the plans in a man's heart, but it's God's will that will prevail. And so when you realize in life, and it saved you a lot of years, wait a minute, my prosperity is tied to my gift. My well-being, my mental well-being is connected to my gift. Everything in life has a gift, but we're trying to do everything else but use our gift. The worst thing to do is live your whole life. You worked on the job 40, 50 years. They give you a clock and a retirement check, and you never utilized your gift. You ever had somebody on the job or somewhere, even in the locker room, you're like, wow, this guy's talented with this. He could do this. He could do that. He could do this. He could do that. Sometimes God give you more than one talent. Just like he did in that story in the Bible about the guy that had the 3 people that had the talents. Gave 1 on 5, gave 1 on 2, gave 1 on 1. The 1 5 doubled, the 1 2 doubled, the 1 buried his, hid his. And when the master came back, he was like, look, I saved it. I still got it. And God cursed that. And so it's like, whatever your gift is, man, don't let the world send you out working on something useless your whole life when you're great in computers. Don't go out and like for me, work at the bank, and when I loved working out. Yeah. So I followed my passion. People are like, wow, you got a weird passion, man. You love working out? I love working out. Like if I don't work out, I feel like an addict, like I'm having withdrawals. That's my passion. Right. And that's my gift, to bring people into a healthier mind, body, and spirit. And when you discover that gift, man, people will find you. People will come look for you. The opportunities will come to you. You'll start having fees instead of salaries. Like we said, in a seed, the best thing about it is that it's the tree inside of a seed. Yes, sir. You know, I used to always say that. And when a tree grows its fruit, the tree does not take its fruit anywhere. People come to it. So if you like, I'm struggling with this, I don't have no energy, my money's low, I'm doing this and the other, what is it that you can do that nobody else could do it the way you can do it? Mm-hmm. That's where there are a million trainers in this world. Yeah. But my strength is being me. You know what I mean? There's nobody that could do it like me. We have the same workout, same routine, but I'm me. And that's where my strength is.
There's a million football players in the world, right? Thousands of them has come by. There's a million speakers, right? But the fact is, that little stuttering kid, nobody can speak the way I speak, because that's mine, right? Because watch this. A lot of people, you must identify with 2 clear things in your life. A lot of people chase money, and money has ways to make you happy, right? It can make you happy because you can buy things. But let me tell you something about joy. Joy is only found when you find your life's mission on this earth. That's when you find joy. That's why they say it's harder for a rich man to get into heaven than a camel to get through eye of a needle. Because the money can buy you a lot of things. Rich man can buy a lot of things, but he can't buy joy. The second one is peace. When you find your purpose, when you find your passion in life that leads you to your purpose. Somebody asked me, and Coach, you know this, they ask me all the time, what was your greatest achievement in the game? And it truly was, I was able to inspire people to keep going. I'll trade that in for $1 billion any day, because peace overrides anything, watch this, that you cannot take with you when we go to the afterlife. You can't take it with you. And if you can't take it with you, then you have to understand this one clear thing. We're put on earth to find joy, peace, love, happiness, And then when you get to the end of what you're looking for this week, I want you to get to the end.
Right.
And I want you to ask yourself a real question. What do people speak about you? How do they speak about you? And why do they speak about you? And the day that you figure that out, the day you figure out why you're here and your mission on this earth is the day your entire life changes. I tell you, the two most important days of your life is the day you were born and the day you figured out why you're here on earth. Yeah.
Hey, I tell you, man, you said a lot right there. And we've read it before, and like you said earlier, your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men.
Great men.
It's just like Joseph in the Bible. It was his plan, his talent. It was David that brought him before the king, playing of the instrument. It was his gift. So to all us out there, man, and we all on this journey together, let's keep identifying our gift, identify it. And if you don't know it, instead of asking God for your vision, maybe start asking God to show you what your gift is. Yeah. It's the thing that you can do the easiest that take the least amount of effort. Absolutely. And for you, it's easy, but for others, we look at you like it's a gift. You really could sing. You really could do that in harmony. You really drew that just like that. That's easy to you. You really organized and planned. Wow, that's a passion for you. You love organization. That's where your that's where your treasure is.
Hey, coach, and you know this, right? I tell people all the time. I'm like, oh, I can sing now. Oh, I can sing. I can hold a tune, but that ain't my gift. I'm not gonna sell out no arena singing.
Oh man, yeah.
But I can use that same tongue. I can use that same tongue to inspire life.
Yes. So we hope that you all have a good week, man. Yes, continue to send us some stuff, man, that you may want us to expand on, like we always talked about. I'm excited about some things that we got coming up in the future, man, so we all can get together at some point and maybe do some bonding and really learn from each other. But as we go today with this segment right here, remember, man, that's where your treasure is, man. It's in your gift, man. And if you can learn anything from me, learn that you could spend a lot of time doing things that you're paid to do, but it works so much better when you do things that you were born to do.
My goodness.
And that's where we are. Have a good week, guys.
Coach, I love you, brother. I appreciate you, man. It gets absolutely no better, brother. Look, I'm gonna round up and I'm gonna be really quick because I think sometimes we have to figure out like what's really going on. The world around us, you can't try to figure it all out. I'm gonna challenge you not to figure it all out. But what I am gonna challenge you to do is figure out what can you do to be the difference. Because that's what life is about. Life is truly about how people see you. And before we all go, one day we do. What will you be remembered for? I say it all the time. The world may be going in one direction, but when a man or woman finds their purpose in life, life becomes very simple. The challenge this week is it's time to find your passion in life that leads you to your gift, which unlocks your purpose. Stop being stuck in the wrong environments, around the wrong people, in the wrong relationships, at the wrong job, and still complaining. Do something this week. Change it. Change it. God bless you. Thank you for joining. It's been absolutely amazing. And I am, wow, because it's not only one gift, it's many, many, many gifts a lot of us have. Many talents as well, but the gifts control all things. God bless you. Thank you for joining this week.